Welcome back to Our Cynic Culture. I am Matt.
Jason.
I'm just...
Let's take the most expensive, well-known bourbon, put a beer in it, and see what kind of monster we get.
I like it.
This episode of Our Cynic Culture is sponsored by Good Times Bourbon in Frankfort, Kentucky. Jimmy and Nick at Good Times are putting out some of the most creative and balanced whiskey since 2020. It's all MGP sourced, and with bourbons and ryes ranging from single barrel picks all the way to raspberry, brandy, coconut, rum barreled finished, there are options for everyone to have a good time. You can find their bottles distributed in Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, Colorado, North Carolina, and Missouri, or online at certain retailers. Check out their Instagram page at good_times_bourbon for more information.
All right, so this episode is about Pappy Van Winkle. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard of that name.
Isn't the guy with Rumpelstiltskin and the lady with the long hair?
Yeah, he fell asleep for a long time.
Okay, and then some lady climbed out of a tower?
And they charge like $4,000 a bottle, right? I'm pretty sure that's right.
So everybody knows Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah, so from Buffalo Trace portfolio now, they've been bought and sold a few times, but one of the best bourbons in the world is Pappy Van Winkle, and probably my favorite, honestly, or second favorite, is Pappy 15. So this is a 15-year-old Pappy Van Winkle barrel they took from Cerebral Brewing. They took their barrel-aged stout and aged it in that barrel. Then they added vanilla. They added 3 different kinds of vanilla. They kept it in the barrel, though, for 25 months. So 25 months in a Pappy 15 barrel, and then they added vanilla. So the type of vanilla for this one was Mayan, Peruvian, and Veracruz vanilla beans.
No Madagascar.
Okay. No Madagascar.
I'm surprised.
No joke, right? It's mainly like the main one. So we want to try this.
No Breathitt County vanilla.
We did not grow vanilla in Breathitt County.
I've heard they do.
We grow something else.
What's this beer called?
What's that?
What's the beer called?
This is called Here Be Monsters. This
Monsters.
is from Cerebral Brewing in Colorado, Denver area. They've been around since 2013. They were formed from home brewers, and then they actually opened their brick and mortar in 2015, downtown Denver. Pretty small spot. They're actually opening a newer place in Aurora,
so they
Colorado.
are downtown Denver.
They are, yep. So have you been to Denver?
I've been many times, but the last time I've been, they were not. There wasn't Cerebral.
Do you know where, I'll say Colfax Avenue, but do you know where, what's the pink Voodoo Donuts?
Voodoo Donuts?
Do you ever been there in Denver?
It actually doesn't originate in Denver, but
No. But have you been to the store in Denver?
I don't like donuts.
Yeah. So they're on Colfax, kind of like a little bit outside downtown, not the heart of downtown, but that's where they're at.
Gotcha.
Their parking is shit. They have like 6 parking spots. But pretty cool spot. They always have some good barrel-aged stouts or imperial stouts on draft and some IPAs. But they actually bought a new place in Aurora, Colorado, which is about 3 or 4 miles from Denver. That's what they said. It's going to be about 4 times the space.
You know, like it's from Denver to Fort Collins. It's just one giant corridor of places and cities.
Well, I said Aurora, Colorado, but yeah, Fort Collins is somewhere different.
But between Denver and Fort Collins, it's just...
That's true. Between Denver and Lexington, Kentucky,
If you go
there's a lot of
between
places.
Denver and like Beijing, there's just like all kinds of lands and sky.
So while we're feasting on the show is pretty rare. So they
How
have this
rare is it?
It's very rare, Jeff. I'm glad you asked. So they actually offered this online. I think it was Ozenar is their like app. Sold out instantly. It was 1 per person. So from my beer group, there's probably 50 or 60 of us. I think maybe 8 to 10 of us got a bottle. So you were allowed a proxy, but I'm very excited to try it. I have had the Here Be Monsters before. They have like 4 or 5 different bases. I mean, same base, but different adjuncts. But I've never had the Pappy barrel aged, so they're very proud of that.
Are the other Here Be Monsters from Cerebral barrel aged?
Correct.
Are they all barrel aged?
I think they do have. It might just be called Monsters or something like their
Right.
non-barrel age version. But we want to try this
Isn't that a
one.
movie? A cartoon? Monsters?
I think there was Little Monsters.
Or like
There's Monsters Inc.
That's the one.
There is Monsters Inc.
That was scary.
What was the dude's name? What was it? Sully?
Sully, yeah.
And then what was the guy with the one eye?
That was
Sully was like the
Mike
like,
Wachowski.
That's it.
Mike Wachowski.
and Sully.
Yeah.
Honestly, that movie scared me.
Jeff has no idea what's going on.
Here's what we're kind of like curious about, and
Did you say bike curious?
here's what we are curious about. He's got these subconscious things kind of coming out to the surface as time goes on.
I am
It's
bi-curious.
okay, Jeff. Be honest with us.
So
we're all
What are you
friends
doing
here.
after the show?
We're curious about the hype, and I'll let Matt go ahead and finish.
Yeah, so
Hype.
this is it's printed very plainly on here. Pappy Van Winkle.
They're
barrel.
proud of it.
Yeah, and a lot of beers are barrel aged. So, like, is there a difference between a Pappy barrel aged, which is very notorious for lack of a better term, versus I don't know anything else like a
Versus
Heaven Hill?
the Modern
The
Times.
Buffalo
Yeah.
Tracer.
So this beer here,
So we happen to have a Modern Times from California. This is Monsters Park. It is their Imperial Stout, bourbon barrel aged with vanilla. So the differences here, very similar. First off, the Cerebral Here Be Monsters is 14.1%. This one is 14.2. So very
so
close.
they're like right on point.
Exactly. Difference is in the vanilla, though. So this one, the Cerebral had Peruvian, Mayan, and Veracruz vanilla beans. This one has vanilla beans from Madagascar and Ghana.
Okay, so how big of a difference are the vanilla beans, and how big of a?
I've always wanted to go
promise
to
is the
Ghana.
barrel?
Now, this is a kind of nondescript barrel, so we don't know what it is. I mean, my guess is probably, I'm going to say Heaven Hill barrel, maybe Elijah Craig. Now, first off, you can see the difference here. This is a Cerebral Here Be Monsters. There's no carb coming up. With the Monsters Park from Modern Times,
Good point.
quite a bit. So we'll see how it compares. Have you ever had a Pappy barrel aged beer? Either one of you, Jeff. We'll start with you.
You know, I don't know. Have I? I'm not sure.
You have with me, but I'll let you
I
go
have
ahead
with
and stumble around for a while.
Yes.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I've had.
Don't be honest, just lie.
I'm gonna lie. I've had over 14,000 unique beers. I don't remember anything.
What website do you use?
I don't remember. I can't remember the beers.
He's
in any
the
detail.
only person that uses, I think, Rate Beer.
Beer.
Yeah, I think it's what it's called.
I've had a Pappy barrel aged beer. Which one was that?
Yeah, I'll tell you in a minute. Matt, have you ever had one?
Yeah, I've had multiple. I remember some. What's the one out of Pennsylvania? Voodoo.
Yeah.
I've had some Voodoo beers, Pappy barrel aged.
I want to say, was OG Rare Pappy barrel aged? I could be wrong there.
I don't know.
It might be Elijah Craig, but I'll tell you the one you had, and you had it with me at Kevin Patterson's house, a Super Bowl share, shout out.
Yeah.
But we had Mark Boyd brought this. It was, what were those, Eclipse?
Oh, there's a Pappy Eclipse.
It was like a green, dark green wax. If you've ever had Eclipse, there's like 18 shades of green
Yeah,
and
Eclipse
18 shades
like
of
Lake
blue.
Tahoe
It's like,
or
oh
something
my
like
God.
Yeah, from a brewery called 50/50.
Correct. And they did a Pappy barrel aged beer. That was the first one I ever had.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can tell the difference. So
The nose is different to me.
well, I mean, the nose is different. The look is different. I'm going to start with the Cerebral, the Pappy, and just see what I'm getting. I just took a drink with my nose. I'm pretty sure.
How does that smell taste?
Did you just put your
tastes-
nose in the beer?
Yeah, I did. I learned that from you. Learned that from watching you, Jeff.
I learned it from you. My favorite commercial.
That was a great one. So nose wise, a lot. For me, it's like dark fruit, deeper flavor on the Cerebral. The Monsters Park's more like marshmallow.
These are not the same beers.
I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I'm optimistic that we'll be able to tell the difference.
These are very different.
And we're trying to get them as close as possible, but the thing is, we're working with different breweries here, so
It is.
there's different malt profiles. There's different like brewing
Sure.
techniques and stuff like that. Keep in mind, but what we're trying to do is see if we can take a beer that is barrel aged and compare it with another beer that is barrel aged with more or less all the ingredients the same.
Can we tell the difference between a Pappy
Exactly
barrel
right.
and then
Exactly
whatever
right,
barrel?
yeah.
Yeah. So my long-standing assumption is probably not, but I'm anxious to be proven wrong.
I can.
So Jeff, what do you think? First off,
So the first thing I'm going to say is, so I bring in the aromas of the Cerebral and the
damn.
and
Okay.
the
Modern
and
Times.
the Modern Times. That Cerebral has such a great nose.
Yep,
It's
agreed.
rich. It's fruity. It's chocolate. The modern times, I'm not really. I get metallic. I don't get a good nose on the modern times. I think the cerebral nose will set the stage for what's going to be a really great experience when you get in there. I'm a little. I didn't have. Honestly, I wasn't really that. And I didn't think like the cerebral was going to be that great. But once it was poured and I started bringing in those aromas, I was like, damn, that's good. And that's a rich. Just the nose alone is really rich. Well, I don't think the modern times has that.
So what about the vanilla? Can you tell a difference in that?
You getting that vanilla up front too?
Have you tried them both? Like drink? Okay,
I have. This cerebral to me is a much richer experience, and I know Monsters Park has a great rep.
No, I mean, yeah,
it's a good beer. I'm gonna take the cerebral.
Okay,
richer, fruitier, vanilla, chocolatey, slicker.
So what do you think difference wise, Matt? What do you get?
I'm going to disagree with you to a degree. I actually am. I think the Monsters Park has a lot of really good nuance to it. I'm getting the kind of nuttiness off of this that I'm not getting off of the cerebral. I think the cerebral is. I know that. What is the ABV on both these? Are they about
14.1, 14.2?
I know they're very similar, and one doesn't taste stronger than the other, but I feel like the feeling of the cerebral might be a touch more astringent, but the Monsters Park it feels like a little bit more. It's got like, you know, that feeling like when we had. It's not nearly the same level, but the first time we tried. What's that fucking mead with the cashews?
Blue Suede Shoes.
Remember the first time we had Blue Suede Shoes?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's fucking absolutely nuts. But like, I remember that, right?
For a year.
I know that'll be an episode one day. But like, that kind of feeling of knowing that, like, the kind of oil slick sweetness, like I'm getting something off that in the Monsters Park. But at the same time, with the cerebral, I'm getting a lot of Winkle. I'm getting a lot of Van.
A lot of Van.
Yeah. There's like it's just a tiny bit.
I just want to say, let down your hair.
Is it Van Wilder or Van Winkle?
I don't know. It's somewhere in between Winkle and Wilder. It's Winkler.
It's like, Henry Winkler.
Yeah,
I got the Fonz.
It's Henry Van Winkler.
Someone should do a beer called Pappy Van Henry Winkler.
Yeah, it's like this is like a Van.
Wouldn't that be a great beer?
I think we should copyright that. Actually,
it's some kind of it's some maybe a local brewery. You know, something aged in
Pappy Van Winkler barrels.
Pappy Van Henry Winkler.
Yeah,
Pappy. It's got the Fonz on it going like this.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, smelling these, initially I thought the Monsters Park had more like a marshmallow cream flavor to it, but Jeff said metallic, and as soon as he did, that's all I'm getting now. Like it's almost like a penny. Like you're smelling a penny.
I don't get any metallic out of
that. In the nose, I get it.
I get some marshmallow.
I do in the nose.
Get some marshmallow.
Flavor wise, I think the cerebral is like old school Bourbon County.
Yes.
It's a deep dark fruit. Maybe I tell you another good brewery that does this now is Voodoo.
Yeah.
It's a lot of those notes, but that vanilla note in there is just pristine. Like it's coming through like it's like OG vanilla, like from Bourbon County. Now this one here, the Monsters Park, I mean, it's not bad at all. I think it's a little bit thinner. I don't get metallic on the taste, but I can definitely tell the difference. I think this, in my opinion, is a higher quality beer, but I don't know what's
cerebral.
Cerebral. I don't know that I would say Pappy. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what that's the difference. It could be the age. Like let's say this is age 12 months. This is age 25. And then maybe the mash bill on this is different too, because we don't have specifics on that.
Do you really feel capable on a barrel aged beer to say, yeah, I get what barrel that is? I mean, can anybody really do that?
Well, remember our Bourbon County episode? I don't think any of us picked the damn barrels.
I mean, I saw. Well,
I think you were closest. Yeah, you were
but
closest.
Honestly, how can you pick what barrel this could be?
I mean, I can totally tell. You think you would? Totally tell. Matt can. He got Matt Wilder.
This tastes like I've got like Pappy's Pap in my mouth.
Which one?
This tastes Paps.
Which one? Paps Blue Ribbon?
Is it
No,
Pabst,
like
Pabst
Pap.
Smear,
Yeah, Mr. Van Winkle. Yes, I feel like this tastes like.
There should be a TV show called Mr. Van Winkle. He's coming to town. Mr. Van Winkle. He's not gonna frown. Yeah. Ted Danson's in that show.
So back to what you're saying though. I don't know that you can ever tell what barrel it is.
How could you?
I just don't know. I mean,
the best barrel taster, maybe.
Well, if you go back, and I know we reference this, I have referenced this a lot. It is some podcasts with the Corey King from Side Project, and their favorite barrels are younger, so 4 to 6 years old, that are freshly dumped. They're more wet. They're don't have as many like leaks in it, so it's more of that barrel characteristic. So if you compare that to a 23-year-old barrel or a 15-year-old barrel, I don't know.
Yeah.
And another thing is, how in the hell are you getting a fresh 15-year-old Pappy Van Winkle barrel in Colorado?
Yeah.
Like, we can't even get that shit here. You know what I mean? Like, well, it's through a broker, but so here's what I would say, though. If you were a broker, or if you were a brewery, who gets first pick of that barrel? Is it Side Project or is it Cerebral?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, Cerebral's not a bad brewery.
Or is it some Scotch company out of Ireland?
I mean, I have
That's probably what it is.
I have no clue how that works.
Well, it's price, but also like if you're saying I want a Pappy 15 barrel.
How much do you think that costs?
I don't know. Let's say $100 just for sake of argument. It's much more than that.
Yeah,
let's say $100. But if you say Jeff wants it, Matt wants it, and then Corey King from Side Project wants it, who do you think gets it?
But do you think it works like that, or do you think it works who pays? Who gets the order in first, or who pays? The most,
maybe.
Or?
So let's talk about cost. So this one was $38.11. That's after taxes and
11
fees.
cents? What the
fuck? I know it's bullshit. They
Like,
should
I'm
have
done.
$30.
11 cents. Fuck this. I'm out of here.
Show's over.
Fucking cut the camera. Fucking cut it.
This is a 500 milliliter for $38.11. That's after all the fees.
So how's that per ounce?
You tell me.
Let's just carry the 3 at 7. So
I know.
$14 an ounce.
Or $2.24 an
That's
ounce.
what I meant.
That's close.
That's what I meant. I was almost there.
So for this one it was $16.25 for a 12-ounce can. So how much was that per ounce?
$16.25
For a 12-ounce can.
Let's carry the 4. 1/3 times 9.
You've been carrying a lot of fours. Those fours getting heavy.
$2 an ounce.
It's $1.35 an ounce.
I was close.
So roughly $1 more an ounce for this one. So maybe that is
Wait,
the
which
barrel
one's-
they
which
paid
one's more
for.
expensive?
This one, the Cerebral.
Okay.
So 2 1/4 roughly.
He's still carrying fours over there. Just
So roughly 2 1/4 an ounce, and roughly $1.35 an ounce. Mm-hmm. So maybe they are paying a difference for the barrel. I don't know.
Probably are.
But do you think it's worth?
Of course, Modern Times is going broke right now, so maybe.
God, they're screwed right now. It's another podcast though. But Cerebral, would you pay $38.11 for this bottle?
We were talking about this before the show when we were we were in our underwear sitting around the table.
we all just wandered into each other randomly on the street, and we're like,
these
"Hey,
microphones.
let's do a web show."
I think
And
about
some cameras.
10 years ago, this bottle would have gone for $20.
Agreed. Maybe less.
Maybe even a little less.
Yeah.
And maybe even 5 years ago, $25.
Okay.
At $38, honestly, I think it's a really good beer. I have not been impressed with stouts in the last couple of years because they almost all taste the same and they're so sweet and like candy bars. This is not a candy bar, which I like.
No.
I love that it's not a candy bar. I really hate the move towards candy bar stouts. It's
And you've made fun of what adjunct is it? It's a vanilla, but I mean this vanilla is well done. Would
it's
you
really
agree?
a well done beer. The nose is amazing.
Agreed.
The taste is great. Now on the Monsters Park, I don't think that's a bad deal either. But I like the Cerebral.
Yeah, but let's talk about Cerebral. Would
would
you pay
say-
$38 for this bottle, 500 milliliters?
I'm going to buy it one time and I'm going to share it with friends. Yes.
Okay, Matt, what do you think?
Absolutely. Actually, yeah, for
I'm
$40.
I'm 100% on that.
That's an expensive. Was it 500 milliliters? It's expensive for that.
It's expensive, but it's
honestly, like,
good.
like if I had never had it
Yeah.
and didn't know anybody that had it, just like looking at the label, knowing that it's like you want the prestige of it, but then after trying it, it would have been validated. I would have been okay with it. Yeah.
So I actually got to try I got lucky, got chosen in the lottery this year for the Modern Times Ultra set, which is their like best beers, you know. So they had a vanilla one this year, and honestly, their vanilla is not better than this.
Really?
And it was probably $40 a
I've been a little
bottle for
disappointed
22.
in Modern Times. I don't know.
I think Modern Times is really good. I think their price per ounce gets a little crazy for what it is. And then I mean, they've had a lot of things go wrong. They've shut down some tap rooms.
They expanded out with all those satellite
yeah.
tap rooms, and they're all gone.
Well, and they expanded at the wrong time, right? Right when COVID came about, they had that big place.
That's the thing.
They got like a pool at their one of their locations, like literally a pool.
I know the location they took over in Portland.
A cement pond, Jeff.
I think the one in Portland used to be called Burnside, if I'm not mistaken, or was something else. But I've been to that.
You're mistaken.
I've been to what it was before it was Modern Times. It's actually a nice location. But yeah, when COVID hit, right, who's going to tap rooms? And so you
couldn't. In California, they had the most price stringent restrictions.
Or probably in most places in the West Coast too. So I can understand how they got beaten on that deal. But
so let's talk a little bit about this. So secondary wise,
2 minutes.
what about $16 retail for this bottle? Would you pay or can?
not for me.
Okay.
No, fuck
Yeah,
no. $16 no.
I'm kind of with you. Like I bought it once, I probably wouldn't again. So let's talk secondary. This is probably $100. Would you buy it $100?
No.
No, fuck no.
Okay.
God, like prices are so stupid.
Yeah, but
like,
people
God, and that's the thing. It's a good beer.
Where is all this
Jesus
money coming
Christ.
from?
Yeah, but
Who has money like this?
You can't get it again. Like this one's a one and done. I mean, they're not getting those barrels.
I'll go in on friends. We're
I
friends.
probably see. I'm with you.
I'd
I would
split
too.
it.
I mean,
I'd split
I'm not buying this bottle just for me to solo dome at home.
No,
Yeah.
it's a sharing bottle.
But on
anyways.
secondary with this one, I think 25 would be it. I'm probably out on that one too. Same as retail.
I would split 25 much quicker than I would split 100 with the other one. Honestly,
if I knew what this was for 100, I'd split that 4 ways and be very happy. I would.
Although this is a $30 pour, then
Yeah, so
Pay up.
yeah, let me get out the.
let me get my wallet out.
Let me get out
no.
my calculator with the receipt printer. It goes,
I want Bitcoin.
Should I make the Bitcoin?
What's the other one? Doge. I want
Ethereum?
Doge. I want
Yeah.
Ethereum. I don't know. It's a
know what
dog.
you're talking
Ibushinu?
It's like a
Or
Shibu
Inu.
Inu.
Yeah,
That's a dog.
I used to have a Shibu Inu.
These dogs
it
are
is
smart.
No, my dog was dumb.